Good Monday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The city of Soap Lake will be able to hire a new police officer thanks to some Department of Justice grants. The U.S. Geological Survey spent last summer surveying the bottom of Lake Chelan. Now the research team plans to show off its findings to the public. Dry and breezy weather comes our way tomorrow with sunshine in the forecast on Wednesday. More coming up in weather. Gunfire in Moses Lake on Sunday led to a crash on Highway 17, injuring 2 men. Grant County Sheriff's deputies say a 20-year-old driver opened fire on another vehicle in traffic about 4:45 p.m., wounding one occupant and forcing the vehicle into a rollover crash in the area between Grape Drive and Patton Boulevard. The suspect driver, it was in a black Dodge Charger. He was arrested after a short high-speed pursuit. The suspect is identified as Sergio Higuera of Moses Lake. He's currently jailed on pending charges of first-degree assault and drive-by shooting. Both victims were under treatment today at regional hospitals. The city of Soap Lake will be able to hire a new police officer thanks to some Department of Justice grants. U.S. Attorney Vanessa Waldriff, who serves the Eastern District of Washington, announced this week that Soap Lake will receive $125,000 under the 2023 Community-Oriented Police Services Program. That round of grants includes more than $1.7 million in law enforcement funding throughout Eastern Washington. Soap Lake's share will pay for hiring and training one officer. The Confederated Tribes of the Colville Reservation received just over $800,000 in COPS grants to pay for new training and equipment. More than $1.6 million in federal money is on its way to the small Okanagan County town of Twisp to help complete the upgrades to its wastewater collection system. The city's current treatment plant and sewer system were built in 1976 and need improvement. There are about 8 miles of sewer main and 3 lift stations involved in the project. Also receiving federal wastewater funds, the city of Cooley Dam, collecting almost $670,000 to help replace its water treatment plant. That city was recently fined more than $70,000 for paperwork missteps in reporting to the EPA. Election Day is finally upon us. Washington's 20-day voting period ends tomorrow when ballots must be postmarked or otherwise returned in order to be counted in this year's election. High-profile local offices up for grabs include the mayorships of Wenatchee, Leavenworth, and Chelan, as well as 3 seats in the closely watched race for Wenatchee School Board. Your vote can be dropped off in any election drop box or at your local auditor's office, but it must be done no later than 8 p.m. tomorrow night. If you still haven't made up your mind, our interviews with 14 candidates in 7 different crucial races are airing right here on our channel through Election Day. Use the QR code on your screen to find them all on our website at ncwlife.com. When we come back, the U.S. Geological Survey spent last summer surveying the bottom of Lake Chelan. Now the research team plans to show off its findings to the public. Wenatchee Valley College has hired a new grant director to oversee the Title V Hispanic Serving Institution grant that began this fall. And Wenatchee Valley Veterans Organizations will host a Veterans Day celebration this Saturday at Pybus Public Market. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why people here drive Honda. Dependable all-wheel drive with traction control, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to fill up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda is known for legendary fuel efficiency? Great deals are here now, and so is Mr. Frost. So see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
Hi, this is Frank Kuntz, Mayor of the City of Wenatchee. Mike Poyer will make a great mayor. Mike is consistent, he's thoughtful, he shows up, he's prepared, and he always gets to the right answer. Mike just loves this town. He was born and raised here. He has a passion for making this place better, as we all do. And it's been a pleasure working with him on Wenatchee City Council for the past 4 years, and I just look forward to having him lead our city going forward. So join me in voting for Mike Poyer, Mayor.
The U.S. Geological Survey spent last summer surveying the bottom of Lake Chelan, looking at how glaciers and earthquakes combine to shape the majestic body of water. Now the research team plans to show off its findings for the public. USGS researchers will present their study next week at the Ruby Theater in downtown Chelan. The project looked at lake bottom sediments to understand events like the 1872 Eniat earthquake that temporarily dammed the Columbia River, as well as evidence from underwater landslides and glacial activity. The presentation is sponsored by the Lake Chelan Research Institute, which monitors the lake's aquatic health. That takes place at 7 p.m. Thursday, November 16th at the Ruby. Wenatchee Valley College has hired a new grant director to oversee the Title V Hispanic Serving Institution grant that began this fall. Vanessa Salvador, who most recently worked in the City and County of Denver's Office of Immigrant and Refugee Affairs, began her new role last week. The U.S. Department of Education awarded over $490,000 in funds for the first year that will be used for the college's Puente Bridges to HSI Excellent project, which Salvador will work to implement. The project will improve outcomes and institutional culture for Latino, low-income, and first-generation students, and the total funding of the grant over 5 years is $2.75 million. Wenatchee Valley College President Famous Harrison said the project director needed to be a, quote, inclusive leader, and that Salvador, quote, goes above and beyond in checking all of these boxes and bringing the attributes we need in fostering collaborative shared vision and leadership to our college and district. Wenatchee Valley Veterans Organizations will host a Veterans Day celebration this Saturday at Pybus Public Market. Tony Sandoval with the Washington Department of Veterans Affairs says the free public event takes place at the market this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's following the downtown Veterans Day parade and features entertainment and a no-cost meal for all military service veterans and their families. The project was put together by multiple veterans service groups, including the Wenatchee Veterans Hall, the VFW, and the American Legion. Coming up next, we will tell you about a Wenatchee School District employee who will receive the Lifetime Achievement Award from the North Central Washington Tech Alliance in tonight's feature story. Dry and breezy weather is expected tomorrow with mostly sunny skies expected on Wednesday. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
At Chelan's premier lifestyle store, Willow, find unique home decor, clothing, jewelry, and more. Come visit for a welcoming and memorable shopping experience.
Deepwater Electronics is your one-stop shop for the latest in TV and sound technology. Whether you build your home theater or let them do it for you, Deepwater Electronics is the clear choice.
The switch is on to T-Mobile. Get the best 5G experience and the customer service you depend on. Only at Chelan Wireless in downtown Chelan.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, located on South Wenatchee Ave, has the largest selection of spas and swim spas in town. Stay cool this summer in an artesian swim spa and use it all year long. We enjoy helping families reconnect one spa at a time. Hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis pain. Our passion is water, so please bring us a water sample, and we will help you diagnose your pool or spa water for free. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, your pool and spa experts.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Ron Brown has been working in the Wenatchee School District for 30 years. Brown, who is the Director of Technology, Innovation, Safety, and Security, has been a large part of the district's technological initiative since computers were introduced as an educational tool. On Wednesday, he will be the recipient of a Lifetime Achievement Award during the North Central Washington Tech Alliance's Innovators Luncheon. In tonight's featured story and ahead of the awards ceremony, Brown sat down with NCWLIFE News to reflect on his career's journey.
With the need in the school district for more teachers know how to use computers, how do we use them in the classroom, there really wasn't mechanisms to help staff with how to use these new things called the computer. So we had our first program was for a technology coach, which I was hired to do, and that was to train teachers, help teachers how to use the tools. And then from there, as the program grows and as computers become, more commonplace, they needed somebody to coordinate that, manage that program around how do you use the tools in the classroom? What tools do we need in the classroom? And how do we use it appropriately to engage kids? So went from a coordinator to a director of instructional technology, and then right before the pandemic, we combined our technology department. So we combined our instructional side and our operational side. So now I'm in charge of everything that from plugging it in, making it work, the network services, along with the professional development or the training that we do with staff. I think some of the challenges and highlights probably are the same. I think the pandemic obviously comes to mind first. We're not that far out of it, and I would say in the world of technology that was an incredible problem, but it was also an incredible opportunity. So dollars from the federal level, from the state level, the importance of hybrid learning, online learning, and all of those things that we had been pushing, trying to get to for many years, obviously became important overnight. So it was probably the biggest challenge of my career, but also the biggest opportunity in my career too. So that we went from a program where we had a lot of students with devices, most staff with devices, to instantly all students with devices, all staff with devices. And then how do we use those? What systems do we use? So we had to stand up a lot of support. We had to stand up some things. And I would say stand up, we had those systems in place. They just weren't scaled. So it was an opportunity to scale them with some new dollars and some new thinking. We didn't really add staff. We just got it done with the staff we had. And from day one, the staff in the tech department worked. We came to work. We masked up and got her done, and stood in line and handed out devices. And so just from the amount of work, the changes that happened daily, that was probably the most challenging thing in my career by far. But also I think at the end of the day, the most rewarding, because it was a huge accomplishment. I think with any award, the award isn't for the person. It represents a giant body of work that isn't my responsibility. These are people for a long time that have achieved great things and have accomplished, whether it's projects or partnerships or trainings or just things that we've adopted or embedded in the school district. That didn't come from me doing it. That came from potentially my vision, maybe an idea or in a committee, but that came from the doers, which is the technology departments, the safety security department, the teaching staff, and really the leaders, the school board and the leadership that was above me at the time to support those types of projects. So I just really think it's important with any award, we recognize there had to have been sponsorship above to carry it out, fund it, but also buy-in from all the people that carry out those projects and whatever that vision is, because no one can do it by themselves.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great weekend and a great Monday. Over the weekend, it was a wet one Saturday, but boy, when those clouds went away yesterday, it wasn't a bad day, as that other storm system then moved in last night and kind of left us this throughout the day today. We did have rain showers up until about noon and then some spotty clouds. This is from our Slide Ridge Sky-Fi Tower camera, and you can just see the Lake Chelan, and this is Manson down here, and a nice cloud deck still over Lake Chelan. And all of us experienced pretty much that throughout the day today, and a lot of low-hanging clouds out there. Still some rain in our forecast too, as we make our way overnight tonight and into tomorrow. Notice the swath of white, though. That's where we really don't expect much rain for the rest of tonight and overnight. But areas like Plain could still get 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch, and still a lot of rain expected, possibly up in the Omak area. And then as you travel east into Moses Lake, possibly another 1/4 inch. We did pretty good here in the Wenatchee area, and that's not even updated yet. 1/4 inch is what we've picked up since it started last night, and that now gets us to 4.84 inches for the year. That's less than an inch behind now, so we're slowly catching up. High temperature right where we should be for this time of year, 48 degrees, 49 is normal. Beautiful day. Back in 2020, our record high was 65 degrees. Nice and warm to start the day. We just didn't warm up all that much with the fog and some rainy conditions out there. 34 is our normal low, and 14 our record low set in 1973. Sunrise 6:50 and the sun sets, 4:38. So it is way early now after we turn those clocks back to standard time. All right, let's take a look at what we can expect as we get you into Tuesday. Temperatures will see a nice warm up, mainly because we're going to clear out and see some sun, even some breezy conditions tomorrow. 55 for Moses Lake and Ephrata, a little bit cooler in Quincy at 54. Wenatchee, we will see around 53 degrees. That goes for Eniat and Chelan as well. Leavenworth, high temperature tomorrow at around 51 degrees. All right, taking a look at tonight, we have a pretty nice ridge of high pressure that will be moving in. You can just see the outside edge of that high pushing in, but we still have a trough of low pressure that's kind of inundating the entire Pacific Northwest. So we're going to still keep about a 40% chance of rain in the Wenatchee area tonight. Low temperatures in the low 40s. For Tuesday, there's that high pressure. And with high pressure here and low pressure to our northeast, going to kick up some windy conditions at times tomorrow. We'll see high temperatures warming because of that southwesterly flow into the low 50s. And then for Wednesday, mostly sunny. We'll call it seasonal. It should be just a nice day on Wednesday. High temperatures right around that 50-degree mark. And then things begin to change again as we get you into Thursday. Mostly cloudy skies. You can see an area of low pressure beginning to push in. And here's the cold front associated with that. That'll bring a few showers during the day Thursday. But by Thursday night, we're going to bump our chance up to 60%. High temperatures again, about 50 degrees on Thursday. And then for Friday, mostly cloudy skies. A ridge of high pressure just trying to nose into the Pacific Northwest. That'll keep our temperatures fairly decent, seasonal for this time of year at around 50 degrees once again. And then for our Veterans Day on Saturday, it looks like it could be a wet one. Mostly cloudy skies, a 50% chance of rain showers, especially as we make our way a little bit through the day. High temperatures on Saturday in the upper 40s. And then finishing off our forecast and our weekend on Sunday, mostly cloudy skies. We'll continue to see that chance for scattered rain showers on Sunday ahead of another storm that's moving our way. High temperatures on Sunday into those lower 50s. All right, taking a look at that 7-day forecast. 42 overnight tonight, partly cloudy, expect some breezy to even windy conditions tomorrow, and 53. Looks like Wednesday is going to be our nicest day, sunshine with highs around 50, and then evening rain likely as we get you into Thursday, going down to a 20% chance on Friday, high of 50, and then a rainy couple of days this weekend once again, mostly cloudy for both Saturday and Sunday. 49 the high on Saturday and 51 your high temperature on Sunday. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Hi everybody, Dan Coos alongside Jesse Coble from Alpine Air. My heat pump there's like steam coming out of it. It's making weird noises. Is this something I need to be concerned about?
No, Dan, that's normal operation. Refrigeration technology steals heat from the outside, transfers it to the inside, and it creates frost on your heat pump. The defrost cycle melts that off, which creates steam and a little bit of noise.
That makes sense. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Frank Kuntz, Mayor of the City of Wenatchee. Mike Poyer will make a great mayor. Mike is consistent, he's thoughtful, he shows up, he's prepared, and he always gets to the right answer. Mike just loves this town. He was born and raised here. He has a passion for making this place better, as we all do. And it's been a pleasure working with him on Wenatchee City Council for the past 4 years, and I just look forward to having him lead our city going forward. So join me in voting for Mike Poyer, Mayor.
Sometimes you're lucky enough to witness a very memorable high school football game. Then there are those rare ones that become a game for the ages. Richland topped Eastmont Saturday night in a crossover playoff game 51-44, and a game that featured over 700 yards of offense. There were 6 lead changes and 1 tie, and a contest that sent the Bombers to the state 4A tournament and the Wildcats home after a 9-1 season. Grant Olson, Brandon Harley, and yours truly had the call on the NCWLIFE channel. We pick it up with 2 minutes left in the third quarter after Eastmont closed the gap to 28-24 on Gunnar Peterson's second touchdown of the night.
Escalara, left-footed kicker, will kick it off. Good high end-over-end kick. It's taken by Race Reeves at about the 5-yard line. Has some room up the middle of the field. Eric mentioned how dangerous he is, and he's got green grass. 40, 30-yard line, 20, down to the 10, into the end zone. Touchdown, 95 yards for Race Reeves.
Might have been even more than that.
He's actually 99 yards. He was almost on the goal line when he received that kickoff.
He looked down, I think, to see if he was actually receiving it inside the end zone.
Crowd getting into it here at Eastmont. Woodard back to pass, and he is going deep over the middle of the field, and the ball is picked off there by Lisson, returning it 40, 45, 50 into Bomber territory down at the 48-yard line. Handoff, it's Peterson, and he just walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Eastmont. Woodard shotgun on this first down and 10. The ball is at the Eastmont 15. Woodard looking left, again has a receiver. And once again, Lisson playing very far off of him, and that's a touchdown, 15 yards. Bosick on the reception. Woodard straight back this time, lobs it into the corner of the end zone. It's caught, and the 2-point conversion to Reeves is successful. Peterson in the backfield. Handoff is Peterson, gets through the line of scrimmage, the 5 into the end zone. Touchdown, Gunnar Peterson, 21 yards. Schneider with the hold for Eastmont. 3 minutes left to go. Here's the kick. It's up, it's through the middle, and it is good. A right-footed kicker, not the left-footed Escalera. Onside kick, and the ball's still loose.
I think Eastmont's got it.
What a call at 3 minutes left in the game. Who's got it? No signal yet.
Looks like Richland's holding on to it. Eastmont's not celebrating there.
At the 5-yard line. Called it Eric, handoff Brannon, wanted the middle of the field. Prazer totally missed that tackle at about the 3, and into the end zone for the touchdown is Brannon. Gale, here we go, 4th down and 15. Gale has time over the middle of the field, and it's picked off. And then downed by Brody Bosick. And Richland is going to come away with the victory here at Eastmont Stadium.
I caught up with senior captain Christian Nevers and coach Michael Don after Eastmont's heartbreaking loss.
I mean, we're graduating so many seniors, so many starters. All of our captains are graduating. And, you know, they got to step up. It starts now. They got to look within themselves for leadership. A majority of our starters are gone. We got to fill from the younger ranks, and I mean, if they want to be better than us, they got to work now. We went 9-1, and we're going to be forgotten. We didn't do anything special with our season, and I told them last year we lost the same game to the same team, and I told myself I would not lose, and we did. So if they feel that same energy, they got to put in the work because you know it hurts. It really hurts.
Still 3 minutes left on the clock. Talk about the decision on the onside kick. If you get that, the game's over. So I understand that.
You know, we worked on that, and he's really good at it. And, you know, I think he had a really good one, and we had a shot. It just happened to be where when Josh hit him, the ball bounced off him, Josh, and then happened to land right back in his lap. It's one of those things where that ball could have squirted out. We could have gotten it. And at that point, I think we iced the game. I don't think they're going to stop us moving down the field. And so I felt like our best shot was to give the onside kick, and was it the right decision? I don't know. Looking back, maybe if I would have kicked it deep, they wouldn't have had time to score. I don't know that answer. But we decided that was what it was. The kids were behind it, and, we gave it a shot, and it didn't go our way.
Eastmont joins the rest of the Big Nine that will be watching the state tournament after everyone was eliminated over the weekend. Wenatchee's season came to an end on a 42-0 loss at Kamiakin Friday. Chiawana went into Moses Lake, ended the Mavericks season 49-32. Sunnyside fought valiantly at Gonzaga Prep but fell 38-28. Kashmir punched its ticket to the state 1A playoffs with a 49-7 win over Newport Saturday. Tyler Peterson led the way with 212 yards and 3 touchdowns. Bulldogs will host Toppenish in the first round Friday at 6 p.m. Lakeside 9 Mile Falls ended Chelan season 42-7. Olmec advanced to state with a 47-10 win over Freeman. The Pioneers will play at LaConner in the first round. Freeman blew out Quincy 56-0, and Cascade fell to Medical Lake Saturday 22-6. Ephrata and Othello will be the CWAC representatives at the state 2A playoffs. Tigers' first round game will be at North Kitsap Saturday at 1. Othello drew a 14 seed and will play at Enumclaw. Prosser was the only CWAC team to finish on a winning note Friday, downing West Valley of Spokane 31-6. Okanagan remained undefeated with a 56-6 win over Lynn Ritzville Sprague Friday. Bulldogs earned a first round bye with a number 2 seed and await the winner between Brewster and Goldendale. The Bears advanced to state with a 14-13 win over Reardon. Lake Roosevelt, Tenaska, and Manson all came up short in their final games. Elmira, Cooley, Heartline, and Liberty Bell are headed for the state 1B tournament after wins over the weekend. Warriors ended Waterville-Mansfield season Friday with a 50-8 win. Liberty Bell advanced with a 98, that's correct, 98-18 wipeout of Republic. ACH will face Concrete in the first round Saturday at 1 o'clock in Moses Lake. The Mountain Lions earned the number 1 seed and await the winner between Darrington and Welpinett. Wenatchee is the District 6 4A volleyball champion after sweeping West Valley in the championship on Saturday. The Panthers have 2 weeks to wait for the state 4A tournament. Meanwhile, Davis ended Moses Lake season 3-1. West Valley then ended the Pirates season with a sweep in the final match of the tournament. Ellensburg swept Ephrata for the District 5-6 2A tournament Saturday. Bulldogs drew a number 3 seed and will face Washington in the Sundome Friday at 10:45. Ephrata recovered to beat Sela in 3 sets to advance to state and will play Ridgefield in a first round Friday, also at 10:45. Chelan will make a return trip to the state 1A volleyball tournament after sweeping Deer Park Saturday. The Goats are in the number 1 seed and will face Montesano in the Sundome Friday at 10:45. Kashmir season ended with a 3-2 loss to Lakeside 9 Mile Falls. Okanagan and Manson will head for the state 2B volleyball tournament after wins Saturday. Bulldogs swept Northwest Christian and will play Napavine Wednesday at 9:45 in the morning. Manson swept Jenkins Chewelah, earning the number 2 seed, and will face Kalama Wednesday at 9:45. State 1B tournament will also get underway Wednesday in Yakima with Etiette facing Northport at 11:45. Waterville-Mansfield takes on St. John Endicott Lacrosse at 1:30. Eastmont qualified for the state 4A girls soccer tournament with a 5-2 win over Eisenhower on Saturday. Wildcats will travel to Gonzaga Prep for a first round game Wednesday at 5. Wenatchee received a number 10 seed and will be on the road to Woodinville in the first round. The Panthers game Wednesday will be at 6 p.m. in Bothell. Kashmir will be the lone representative from the Caribou Trail League in the state 1A tournament after a 2-1 win over Deer Park Saturday. Cascade fell to Lakeside 9 Mile Falls 10-1. Bulldogs will host Natchez Valley in the first round Wednesday at 5 o'clock. Okanagan and Tenaska are on to the state 1B 2B soccer tournament. The Bulldogs advance with a 1-0 win over St. George's Friday. Okanagan's first round game will be at Mount Vernon Christian Tuesday at 5 p.m. Tenaska lost a seeding game to Davenport 1-0 Friday and will face Unalaska in the first round Wednesday in the Apple Bowl at 3 o'clock. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Monday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us and have a great night.